What we are seeing with postmodernism is a break away from religion, certainly to a certain extent in the sense of Christianity. It can be very positive towards minority religions and spiritual practices, but we're also seeing, more importantly, a break away from liberalism, from modernity, from that understanding of society in which arguments have to be reasoned, evidence has to be provided, ethics have to be consistent. So the postmodernists are called such because they are in opposition to modernity. And by that, they do mean this rise of secularism, this rise of liberalism, and this scientific, evidence-based way of looking at things. They see this as a construct of the West, which is really a product of straight white men, that it disadvantages unfairly other forms of knowledge which are seen to belong to people of minority racial or cultural identification. It disadvantages women, trans people, the disabled, because it's all been constructed in the service of dominant groups in society. So the original postmodernists, what I would call the first wave of them, they appeared in the late 1960s, and they are best understood as a manifestation of complete despair at the breakdown of Marxism. So Marxism had proved itself not to work. There was a great disillusionment amongst leftist academics, and postmodernism really can best be defined as, can we trust anything anymore? And so they're talking about meta-narratives. That's those large overarching explanations for things which keep us sort of unified and focused. So they criticised Christianity, they criticised Marxism, and they criticised science. In the first postmodernists, it was difficult to follow what they were saying because it was so obscure, it was so doubtful, they couldn't be sure of anything. Now we have things like, all white people are racist, black people cannot be racist. And these tones of absolute certainty, which is the third stage. And in a way, it's a hopeful thing because we can understand them now, we know what they're saying, and we can argue with it.
Yeah, the return of absolutism is a very interesting development.
Yeah.
Because moral relativity doesn't allow for it. It says that there's no such thing as truth. There aren't no absolutes.
Yeah.
Except for the absolute, that there are no absolutes.
Exactly.
But you're saying we've moved beyond that. And we're now seeing the emergence of some absolutes. Anybody who dares to argue with social justice warriors will very quickly discover, I think, today, that they do actually believe in absolutes.